Dominate. Yeah, I love the Rams this much. 2021 is our season, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Rams. I got a reading here of some stats. So let's see what it says. It says the Los Angeles Rams had 2 games during the 2020 regular season where they didn't allow any sacks. The Rams kept quarterback Jared Goff from absorbing a sack for the first time in 2020 season in Week 6 contest at San Francisco. Against a strong Tampa Bay defensive line, LA kept Goff clean for the second time this season. Only twice. But hey, that's pretty good. No sack, and in 1 game is good. But this is my point. This is leading up to my point. No, the offensive line for the Rams was good. Is good. So let's go on with the article. Goff attempted 51 passes in the Bucks game. Wow, that's a lot of attempts. In 6 separate games during the 2019 season, LA's offensive line did not allow QB Jared Goff to be sacked, including both contests against its NFC West foes, the Seattle Seahawks, and once against the San Francisco 49ers. Wow, that's even more impressive. 6 separate games during the 2019 season did not allow a quarterback, Jared Goff, to be sacked? What? I think that's huge. I don't know what other teams are doing it, but that is awesome. And once again, leads to my point that is the reason, or a huge reason why Jared Goff did so good, because he had limited amount of pressure on him, and which gave him a lot of time to pick and choose his wide receivers. But as we all noticed last year, if Jared Goff doesn't have the time to pick and choose his wide receivers, he's throwing interceptions, he's throwing games away, and therefore we didn't go far in the playoffs. Despite that, we have a new quarterback that plays very well under pressure. So, good luck. Let's do this, Stafford. I know you're going to have a good season this year. I know the Rams are going to have a good season this year. I can't wait till playoff time, because we're going to the playoffs this year. 2020, baby. Let's go, Rams. One more note on the limited amount of sacks allowed by the Rams offensive line. In 2019, it says here, since sacks became official statistics in 1960, 2019 was the first season in franchise history the Rams had 6 games without allowing a sack. Way to go, offensive line. I was an offensive lineman in high school. I think it takes a great coach to position offensive linemen, because I wasn't very big of a guy in high school or even now. And with me playing a lineman, I couldn't understand why they would put such a small guy on the line to block these huge defensive linemen. However, after we went undefeated that season, I got a better idea of why. And it was a lot of trapping. You had to be agile and fast, and which I was above average on my speed. So perhaps that's why the coach chose me to play the offensive line. But great coaches choose great linemen, and hat off to the coaches of the offensive line allowing limited amount of sacks. Okay, I found some stats of no sack games per season. So let's go. Let's see, season 2020, like I had mentioned earlier, there's 2 games without a sack. In 2019, there was 6 games without a sack. In 2018, there was only 2 games without a sack. In 2017, there was only 2 games without a sack. In 2016, 0 games without a sack. So that means every game the quarterback got sacked. You can guarantee you're going to get sacked because, hey, I don't know. It's either good defense of squad that every other football team in the NFL has, or your offensive line isn't doing their job very well. But then again, it just shows how difficult the offensive line's job is. And goes back to why I bring this up of the 2019 season for the Los Angeles line, the Rams line, offensive line, limited amount of sacks and went with 6 no sack games, which I think is awesome.